potentially consider running as just a Hey guys, so this week I wanted to do something a little bit different and talk about motivation. A few weeks ago, I asked my Instagram followers to share with me the things that motivate them to keep running. And I got a lot of responses, but they all seem to fit within like 4 or 5 buckets that all kind of seem very similar. And I wanted to share those ideas with you guys because I know, especially now that the weather is going to start changing, and we're all going to be spending a lot more time indoors, most likely for one reason or another. The motivation to run and kind of stay active is going to probably get a little bit hard to come by for some of us. I know I'm speaking mainly about myself. So I figured, because I usually struggle to find motivation this time of year, I wanted to kind of poll my friends, my virtual friends on Instagram, and share their ideas on how they stay motivated. So here we go. So the first bucket that a lot of the responses fit into had to do with the physical benefits of running, just kind of keeping in mind the fact that running keeps us kind of at the top of our game physically. I feel better in every way when I run, for my health, both physical and mental. I run because it makes me feel good and helps me sleep better. Definitely the sleep. Oh my God, the sleep. I notice a huge difference in my sleep quality when I do not run versus when I'm running consistently. So yes, staying ahead of health issues and wearing Spider-Man gear. Amen, Alex. Yes, I think staying ahead of health issues is definitely top. A major reason, but I mean, the gear is obviously, I have plenty of Star Wars running gear, so I completely understand. And seeing my improvements, times going down, less winded in other activities, feeling strong. Yes, the feeling strong, I feel like that's something that we lose sight of, and, we take it for granted when we're doing something consistently. When we're working out consistently, we may not necessarily realize how strong it's making us until, we have to take a break. That's happened to me many times when I've been injured and I had to step away from running for a few weeks, maybe months. And then I tried doing something again and went, oh my God, I am so out of shape. But we've all been there. So the next bucket, per se, is mental health. I am definitely one of those people. I run off the anxiety. It's therapy to me, definitely. I would also just make the caveat that it's not necessarily therapy for me. It's therapeutic. I 100% find it a therapeutic activity, but I also see a therapist regularly, and I recommend that if you feel that you need that kind of help, there's absolutely no shame in getting that kind of help. My mental health, and then the patriarchy, I assume, working on that one. Definitely, Abby. I also am with you on that one. Mental health, I feel so much better after a run workout. When my body is active, my mind can be calm, which I need help with. That's the key right there. You figured it out. Another bucket that I thought was kind of surprising, that a lot of people said exactly the same thing in slightly different ways, was that it is a challenge, and that's a good thing. A crazy goal, something I've never done. Can I do it? Where's my limit? Why not? Absolutely. I've talked to many people who the reason that they started running was basically to just see, can I do this? How far can I go? How far can I run? That's honestly why I ran a marathon. Many reasons why I ran the marathon, but one of them was to see, can I do this? And I did. Proving to myself I can do hard things. It helps me to get the strength to do harder things in life, and I love the accomplishment. Definitely the sense of accomplishment, yes. Work towards a goal / the sense of accomplishment. Definitely. This next one, though I hesitate to call it a bucket, I had to make a separate category because I thought it was really interesting. It was something that I hadn't necessarily thought of as a key motivating factor to run. But habit was something that a few people mentioned. And I thought that would be interesting because if I hadn't really considered it, and I really am a creature of habit, then maybe somebody else might see that and think, okay, I'm going to add that to my list of things that'll help me get up and go when I don't feel like getting up and going. It's just a habit at this point. I'm a scheduler and it's just a part of the schedule. Smart. It's a habit I've made. I do enjoy seeing progress, but it's more than that. Definitely. I'm adding that one to my own list. And lastly, there's one other bucket, and that really is just the other bucket because a few people had some responses that were just too different to fit into any of the other categories, but they were also too fun to not mention. Food. Yes, 100%. I don't believe that you need to earn your food, but I do know that if I eat whatever I want and I don't run, I also then have to go and buy new pants. Buying new pants isn't the end of the world, but it can get expensive. So I try to stay in shape, and I like to use running as a way to stay in shape so that I can eat whatever I want. This was actually a really interesting one too. Besides loving the feeling of running and working out, being a nurse, I see so many people who struggle to do even the simplest things, and I don't want to be like that ever. That really resonated with me. We, again, take for granted sometimes, I think, how strong we are when we're running and when we're at our peak, but there may come a time when it isn't normal and we aren't as strong as we would like to be. So maybe running can help us maintain that. Lastly, listening to music and the way I feel after a run. I am 100% motivated by new music. I will deliberately seek out new running music before I go on a run because there are times when literally the only thing that makes me put one foot in front of the other is the beat that I'm running to. So I feel this in my soul. So that about wraps it up for this week's video, but I want to hear more from you guys about what motivates you to keep running. Is there anything here that we touched on that you don't agree with or you want to add to, or maybe there's something that we didn't touch that, is a huge factor for you and keeps you motivated to run? Share in the comments, let me know, and hopefully we can all kind of help each other out and keep on running. See you next week.